I don't think we are like a discal about the fight. I think that it's important that we just refresh ourselves from where we are coming from. I'm not going to go into the NPP's history, but from where we are coming from and what the NDC has done over the last 8 months. In the last 8 months, we've now registered. First of all, the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources has started the process to revoke LI 2462, which is one of the critical legislations that civil society and all those against the abhorrence of Galamsey have been calling for. So that has started. We've recruited 980 what we call water guards. By close of year, we aim to recruit 2,000. So that means we still have about 1,020 people that we are working at getting clearance to recruit to deploy across the mining areas, especially along the water bodies. Now there's a new initiative that government is going to now have military bases also along the key water bodies. We've registered over 1,015 earth-moving equipments, including excavators, and 645, I think, 600, yeah, around 646, 647, have been fitted with GPS systems to track their movements. Currently, you know that we had about 9 forests that were occupied by Galamseyers, armed Galamseyers. And now we've managed to get them all out and secure those forests. But that is not to say that their job is done, because clearly the job is far from done. Specifically to Central Region. And Annie, this morning I have to force myself not to get emotional about Central Region specifically, because what we are seeing in Central Region is of no fault of the indigenes of Central Region. The people of Aguna East, Aguna West, Awutu Senya West, Gomwa East, Gomwa Central, part of Awutu Senya East, Efutu, Gomwa West. The constituencies that are dependent on the Konyaku Water Works for water supply are not mining communities. Not even renting of mining equipment happens there. They are predominantly farmers, traders, and along the coast, fisher folks. But unfortunately, because of mining activities in Eastern Region, specifically in the Ayenswano constituency, where our intelligence has tracked that there were people at the mouth of Ayensu, the source of River Ayensu, mining in a community called Enum Apapam. And they are the cause of what is happening in Konyaku and Central Region.
So Konyaku is just the recipient of what's happening in those areas you mentioned. Okay.
And the Konyaku water system is the water system that supplies water to the east side of Central Region. So we have about 13 districts that are grappling with water for the last 3 to 4 weeks. If you open the taps in Winnipeg today, the water that will come out of your taps, Annie, it is like, what's it called, lamujin or that drink.
Lamujin is white.
Through no fault of these people. And unfortunately, I'm as angry as I am. I have to force myself not to say certain things because I may end up inciting Central Region against Eastern Region. What has happened is totally unfair to us. It is very, very unfair to us. And I expect that the Eastern Regional RECSEC and the district director and the district chief executive of Ayenswano will start working on how to get rid of those people on that stream. Because that is why our people are struggling this morning.
Which stream?
River Ayensu.
River Ayensu. So what is happening to the water bodies in the Central Region is the intake from the Eastern Region?
Yes. And
of Galamsey site.
This activity, the Konyaku Water Works had to be shut down because now, you see this water that is flowing. it's so what do you call that? Turbidity levels is so high that there's now left a sludge of silt in the Konyaku waterworks system. That if they attempt to run it, they'll destroy the pumps. So now the solution that is currently deployed now, we have over 80 what they call boreholes that are being drilled across these districts. There's a contractor has been assigned to do the desilting of the waterworks and to work on the pumps. I followed up yesterday, and I'm told that he's going to start working this week. He's mobilizing to go to site this week. We are watching him keenly, and if by close of week we don't see him in Konyaku, we're going to make sure that he should be replaced, and they should give us a new contractor. We want this issue resolved immediately, but the Eastern Region RECSEC has to set up, because if care is not taken, we'll end up saying things to them. Eastern Region Galamseyers, what's it called? The task force should do more. There's so much dominance on NIMOS and the national. They are doing their part, but at the end of the day, every district must also do their part. Because if your actions or your inactions is reflecting on people downstream, and we're not talking about just one constituency or one district, and we are talking 13 out of 23 districts. 22 districts in Central Region, 13 are having water crisis. Now, there are people who have private wells. So some community members are getting water supplied from these wells. The district assemblies and the MPs are all mobilizing water tankers for the last 2 weeks. They've just been deploying, like because of the drip equipment, they have these water tankers that they are now deploying together with some other private water tankers to supply water to these communities. In the mornings, they have arrangement to try and get water sachet producers to send water into their districts in the mornings. And would you believe that if the truck shows up at 4 a.m., there are already people there waiting to offtake those sachet water. By 6 o'clock, it's finished. It tells you how dire the situation is. And as I said, I have to force myself not to direct myself into Eastern Region, because if care is not taken, I end up inciting Central Region into Eastern Region. Eastern Region has to set up. Now, before they carry their podium to Konyaku, why didn't they address their press conference at Ayeswanu, where the problem was?
Maybe he didn't know that the problem is coming from there.
So
but he obviously had to paint a picture of what's happening at Konyaku. I think his interest was to paint the picture of what's happening at Konyaku, not necessarily the root of the problem, but to tell you that this is how it is looking like.
No, the root of the problem was described in the videos.
So
no, but you see,
the root of the problem
but
is
technically what he's saying is that what she's saying that the root of the problem is not there.
Yes, it was said in the video. It was said in the press conference. Yes, that they don't do any Galamsey in the Agona East districts, but they are suffering as a result of something that's happening elsewhere. It was said.
Okay, then Gabriella, then that point is made.
But let me also make the point. When I was talking about what is being done, almost every district assembly now is servicing and repairing boreholes, so that at least we can have water restored in these communities whilst we work on the bigger Konyaku waterworks. So I'll plead with inhabitants of Central Region, especially these constituencies that are affected by the water crisis, that they should please bear with us. But our DCs, our MPs, our leadership are doing everything possible to make sure that we get water available for them to mitigate the situation. And this is also of grave concern, because there are some of the communities where when you see some of the water that they are falling on, it's not the best. And we don't want a situation where we have a crisis like this and we now have to come and battle a health crisis in addition.
Yeah.
So we are doing everything in our power to make sure that water is supplied to these districts, adequate water supplied to these districts, whilst we work on the bigger Konyaku waterworks. But until Eastern Region solves the problem in Eastern Region, we'll come back to having to desert Konyaku waterworks again. So I'm sending this message into Eastern Region, that if they don't want us on TikTok and social media lambasting them, they should take more proactive measures in getting rid of those people at Ayenswano who are in those mining in the rivers. If they don't want us marching into Eastern Region, they should get rid of those people. Because what is happening to us, it is very unfair to us. My constituency is in the same enclave. Awutu Senya West, part of this from Agona East, you get into Awutu Senya West. So that is where my village actually is, on that side. So this thing hits very close to home. It's not like because I have to speak for NDC and say I come to defend anybody. We don't want communicable diseases. We don't want this crisis on our hands. And we expect Eastern Region to sit up and do the right thing. And that goes to all the other communities whose activities is affecting water in Central Region. We will not sit down for anybody to put us through this discomfort.
But you've sat down and you watched them, and they've finished you.
Finished who?
That's what they've done to you. Because today you are now buying water for everything, including drinking, cooking, washing, everything. You said you will not sit and watch anybody, whatever. I don't know what you will not do. But this, you have. This is not.
I said,
Gabi,
we are solving the problem.
This problem is not even 8 months problem. You know that.
It is beyond. But right now, ATC is in power, and NDC has resolved to solve the problem. So I'm giving you what timelines and what we are doing to solve the problem. I told you that we are distributing water, 2 water tankers, both from the drip equipment and private. I told you that we've spoken to water producers who now bring water sachets into their district. I've told you that they've given a contractor to come and desilt the Konyako water work system. And so we expect that these things are going to solve the problem. But when we have done our part in Central Region, and Eastern Region doesn't do their part, we'll come back to square one. And that is why I'm sending that strong message into Eastern Region, that we are not going through all this hell to fix this problem for you to continue this for us. It's different if we were minors, and our activities has caused this problem for us. Then we can look at our crisis in our feelings and see that, yes, this is the choice we have made to choose gold over water. But in the case where from where we come from, we are just farmers and traders. And we cannot sit down for anybody to come and distress our lives. We have not caused them. There's no reason why they should come and cause us.